Let's talk a little bit about the format of the show. I know, Bill, you put out a CD not too long ago. Is it that format kind of, your songs and Dick kind of follows along, or do you do a little banter? What's the format?
Well, I'm not doing one number that's on my CD.
Really? Okay.
That would have been one way to go. But we have a basic theme for the show, which is Happy New Year. So we start off with Happy New Year ideas. And one of the sub-portions of our show is the music of the 50s. Since we started working together in the 50s, and my hit record was in the 50s, and Dick's too, well, it just seemed natural. So we're doing a lot of 50s music, and everybody loves the 50s music. The second act of our show, we get to do other things, but 50s a lot, yeah.
Great. And Dick, I know you just did a show last year for the Jazz Festival based on the music of the 50s, so it kind of continues that a little bit, right?
That's right. I've been doing some concerts, which we call Swing in the 50s, because that was a big time, not only for rock and roll, but for bands like Duke Ellington and Count Basie, and people like Ella Fitzgerald and so forth. Oh yeah, the 50s gets more important the farther away we get from it. It's very odd that that's happened.
Well, I got to ask you this, being on the soap opera for so many years, as the World Turn's announcing a couple of weeks ago, they're going off the air after 50-some-odd years. Does that kind of concern you that art form may not be lasting, or is it just a transition we're going through in that form?
Well, sure it concerns me. Soaps have been a part of our culture for several decades. Guiding Light went off recently. That started in the 30s. On radio, 15-minute show on radio. It stayed that way until 52, and then they added a TV show, and then transitioned out of radio, and it became a half-hour show, and then a one-hour show. Well, that's a history from the 1930s, 70 years of one show. That's just incredible. And now times are changing, and the soaps could leave us. They're just, times change, and you got to go with it. That's what happens.
Although they say women aren't home as much because they're working, but with all the technology now, you can watch it anytime you want. So I'm not sure that argument holds water.
Well, the whole system is changing. You don't have to be by your television set or your radio at any particular time of the day or night. You can summon it up whenever you want, and that's the essence of the system now.
Days of Our Lives started in 1965. So it's just been 44 years, almost 45 years, of one continuous story. My wife Susan started on it in 1968. I started on it in 1970. 3 weeks ago, I taped my 2000th episode of Days of Our Lives. That's just an incredible thing. Yeah. It's been a wonderful part of my life.
And working in live television, I know, Dick, you worked on the soaps for a while. I mean, just the immediacy of that has got to be great.
I want to see if either of you remember the radio show that I played organ on, Front Page Farrell. Neither of you remember that, right?
I don't think I listened to it.
Well, it was a dramatic detective show, of course. And I'm disappointed that neither of you ever heard of Front Page Farrell.
Now, I do have an album of yours my mother had in her collection, Knuckles O'Toole, and that was you, wasn't it?
As long as you're not saying it was your grandfather, it was me, yes. I did a lot of honky-tonk piano in the 50s also, yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Honky-tonk, that's good stuff. I love honky-tonk.
But how did the live television performing in the 50s, that must make memorizing your lines on these soap operas much easier to having that experience, right?
Yes, but live, there's something wild about live performance. When anything can go wrong, and something, goes wrong on every show. Inevitably. It just happens. That's part of it, and that's part of the excitement of live. That's why I think a live performance, like we're going to do at the Golden Apple, to a live audience, there's an excitement there that's not there when you're on film or pre-recorded or something.
That's going to be a combination, kind of a theater performance and nightclub, so that's kind of unique, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
And it runs the 29th through January 10th. And do you have the number you want to give out, Bob? If people want to call for tickets, is Bob Turoff the owner?
Got it. 366-5454.
366-5454, right downtown Sarasota. Bill Hayes, pleasure to see you again. Dick Hyman, always great to see you, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you a lot. Good to see you, Doug.
Thanks very much, Doug.